You lower yourself onto the ground, no mattress, no pillow, no locked door between you and the dark. The earth is cold, insects move through the grass. Somewhere beyond the firelight, something large is breathing, so how do you close your eyes? The surprising answer is that ancient humans did not simply collapse onto bare stone and hope for the best. Long before wooden frames, cotton sheets, or memory foam, your ancestors were already engineering places to sleep. A bed, after all, is not defined by 4 legs and a headboard. It is anything that separates your body from cold ground, sharp rock, moisture, parasites, and danger. And the oldest evidence suggests humans understood that problem astonishingly early. At Border Cave in South Africa, a team led by archaeologist Lynn Wadley found traces of grass bedding dating back at least 200,000 years. The remains were microscopic, but their arrangement told a clear story. Broad-leafed grasses had been gathered and placed near the back of the cave, forming soft working and sleeping surfaces. The grass was not simply dropped onto dirt. In many layers, it rested on ash. That detail matters. Ash creates a cleaner, drier barrier. Fine powder can make movement difficult for crawling insects. Researchers also found signs that old plant material had sometimes been burned, possibly as a way to clear parasites and refresh the living surface. This was not a modern bedroom, but it was not random either. You would recognize the logic immediately. Find insulation, add softness, keep pests away, replace dirty material. Sleep close to people you trust. At Sibudu, another South African rock shelter, archaeologists uncovered plant bedding from roughly 77,000 years ago. Some layers included aromatic plants whose leaves contain chemicals that can repel insects. The people using that shelter may have selected certain plants not only because they were comfortable, but because they help control mosquitoes, ticks, or other pests. Imagine building your sleeping place at sunset. You gather armfuls of grass, reeds, leaves, or flexible branches. You spread them into a thick mat. If animal hides are available, they may go on top. A rolled hide, a bundle of vegetation, or even your own arm can support your head. The goal is not luxury. The goal is to stop the ground from stealing your heat. Cold soil pulls warmth away from the body through direct contact. Even in a mild climate, a thin layer between your skin and the earth can make a major difference. In colder regions, bedding would need to be thicker, shelters tighter, and clothing or hides more important. No single sleep system existed across prehistory. A group living on a warm savanna faced different problems from one surviving an ice age winter. Some people slept beneath rock overhangs, some used caves. Others built temporary huts from wood, brush, grass, bone, or hide. On dry nights, some probably slept in open camps near a fire. Caves sound perfect, but they came with problems. They could be damp, smoke could collect inside. Predators might use them too. A deep cave might protect you from wind while also trapping cold air. The best sleeping place depended on season, weather, animals, fuel, and how long the group planned to stay. The fire helped, but not in the simple way movies show. You would not want to lie so close that sparks burned your bedding. Instead, the fire created a zone of light, warmth, smoke, and human activity. It could discourage some animals and insects. It also gave the group a place to cook, talk, repair tools, and watch the darkness before sleep. Then there was the greatest protection of all, other people. Sleeping alone in the prehistoric world would leave you vulnerable. Sleeping in a group changed the equation. A cough, a crying child, someone feeding the fire, or an older person waking early could interrupt the silence. That does not mean ancient humans formally assigned a guard every night. In many camps, protection may have emerged naturally because people did not all sleep at exactly the same time. A modern study helps explain how this could work. In 2017, evolutionary anthropologist David Sampson and his colleagues studied sleep among Hadza hunter-gatherers in Tanzania. The Hadza are modern people, not living fossils, and their behavior cannot be copied directly onto the distant past. But their sleep patterns reveal what group sleeping can do. Across 20 days of observation, the entire studied group was simultaneously scored as asleep for only 18 minutes in total. During 99.8% of the sampled nighttime periods, at least one person was awake or sleeping lightly. Nobody needed to ring an alarm. different chronotypes did the work. A chronotype is your natural tendency to sleep earlier or later. Some people become tired soon, after dark. Others stay alert longer. Older people often wake earlier. Younger people may sleep later. At small awakenings, children, body temperature, nose, and the need to tend a fire, and the group rarely becomes completely unaware at once. Your annoying habit of waking at 4 in the morning might once have made the camp safer, but did ancient humans sleep longer because there were no screens, deadlines, or electric lights? Probably not as much as the popular story suggests. In 2015, Gondi Yedish and colleagues measured sleep among 3 present-day pre-industrial populations: the Hadza of Tanzania, San communities in southern Africa, and Semaine communities in Bolivia. Average nightly sleep generally fell between about 5.7 and 7.1 hours. They did not usually fall asleep the moment the sun disappeared. Sleep began later, as evening temperatures dropped, and waking often occurred around or before sunrise. Their rhythms were strongly linked to the natural cycle of light and temperature. Again, these communities are not exact models of prehistoric life. Modern hunter-gatherers have their own histories, technologies, neighbors, and pressures. Archaeology gives fragments, living communities give comparison. Neither provides a perfect recording of one night 50,000 years ago. But together, they challenge 2 myths. The first myth is that ancient humans slept miserably on bare ground. Many probably made insulated plant beds, used hides when available, chose protected locations, managed fire, and repeatedly cleaned sleeping areas. The second myth is that natural life guaranteed 8 or 9 peaceful hours every night. Ancient sleep was likely flexible. It could be interrupted. It changed with temperature, season, danger, children, hunger, illness, travel, and the movements of the group. Comfort mattered. Safety mattered more. Now reconstruct one night. The sky is darkening. Someone carries dry grass into the shelter. Another person clears yesterday's debris. Children settle near adults. Tools and food are kept close. The fire is reduced but not abandoned. Smoke drifts toward the entrance. You lie on a plant mat instead of bare earth. Around you, people whisper, someone laughs, a baby stirs. An older relative is already half asleep. Hours later, you wake briefly. The fire is lower. A shape moves near the edge of the light. Your body becomes alert before your mind fully understands why. Then you hear a familiar voice. Someone else is awake. The danger passes, or perhaps there was never danger at all. You turn onto your side. The ground is still hard. Your pillow is barely a pillow. Insects still exist. But you are warm enough, protected enough, and surrounded by people. That was the ancient bed, not a piece of furniture. A carefully chosen surface, a managed fire, a shelter, and a circle of human bodies. Today, you may judge sleep by softness, silence, temperature control, and the number on a clock. Your ancestors judged it by a simpler question. Can you remain warm and wake up alive? You lower yourself onto the ground. No mattress, no pillow, no locked door. But now the darkness is not empty. It is filled with firelight, breathing, and the quiet protection of other people. If you enjoyed this journey into the distant past, subscribe for more stories about ancient humans and human evolution.